Hello students, I welcome you back for the session of English class 10th. In the last class we started with the chapter 2 Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom and written by Nelson Holishaza Mandela. Basically it is the autobiography, and I hope all of you have gone through the chapter. You have written the meaning of the difficult words, you have learned those words that were discussed in the class, and all of you have completed your work, the questions that we discussed in the class, and the questions were asked you to do in your, you were asked to do your questions in your notebook. So I hope all of you have completed that work. So today we are going to continue from the leftover one. So let's begin from there. Open up page number 19 of your textbook. Each and everyone will listen carefully, and wherever I will ask you, you have to underline the word and you have to write down the meaning of that. So let's begin with the paragraph. On the day of inauguration, I was overwhelmed with a sense of history. In the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War and before my own birth, the white-skinned peoples of South Africa patched up their differences and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. I hope all of you remember that we started with the chapter where Nelson Mandela was the part of the inauguration ceremony, and that was the historical event. Now here in this para, Nelson Mandela recalls that how before his birth the white skinned people, those who were there in South Africa, started the racial discrimination, the racial domination against the dark skinned people of their own land, means against the Africans. The structure they created formed the basis of one of the harshest, most inhumane societies the world has ever known. Please underline it. They created the structure on the basis of the, we know that was the racial discrimination. Apartheid was practiced there, where the discrimination was done on the basis of the skin color, and exactly that was one of the most inhumane practice that was prevailing in South Africa. Now in the last decade of the 20th century, he is talking about the present time, underline it, and my own 8th decade as a man, that system had been overturned forever and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedoms of all peoples regardless of the color of their skin. So you can understand here that how he was recalling that the system which was prevailing up till now in South Africa against the dark skinned people, the natives of Africa, now that system was overturned, that system was removed forever now, and this was the time when the rights and freedom of all the people was going to be recognized. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people. Please underline it. Who played an important role? He was not the only one who played an important role in such kind of movement, but many unimaginable people were also there who sacrificed their life for the freedom of their own nation. People whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. Please mark it. And they were the one whose suffering and the courage they have shown can never be counted or repaid. It was because of their love for their nation. They sacrificed their life. I felt that day as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. Those African patriots, if we talk about, the one patriot means, underline and write down the meaning. Each and every one write down quickly. Who loves his country. Who loves his country. That long and noble line ended, and now begin again with me. So underline and write down here, the change started, the transformation took place here. Everyone write down where it is written, noble line ended and now begin again with me. So the change or the transformation started. I was pained that I was not able to thank them, and that they were not able to see what their sacrifices had brought. Means those who sacrificed their life for the nation, now they were not alive to go through this historical moment or the ceremony that was going to be take place today. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. Wound here means, I hope all of you are aware, underline and write down the injury, because it was a painful experience. If we talk about, we all know how inhuman it is just to create the differences among the human being just because of the difference in their skin color, and mainly that was done on their own land. Means the outsiders came to their land and they started behaving or dominating them in that inhuman manner. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt, because 3 centuries, if we talk about, it was not a very short time. But the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced the Oliver Tambos, the Walter Sislus, the Chief Luthlis, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fishers, the Robert Subuku of our time. All these were the freedom fighters, those who played an important role in the freedom of South Africa, who fought against the system of racial discrimination, that was apartheid. You can see here the images are given of all these people, those who played an important role. Men of such extraordinary courage, wisdom and generosity that their like may never be known again. Generosity here, write down the meaning will be the quality of being generous, kind. Perhaps it requires such depths of oppression to create such heights of character. Definitely, please underline it. This kind of inhuman practice was the only thing which was responsible for creating such a freedom fighter on the land of South Africa. Please underline it. So oppression was the reason behind it. You understand, when somebody is exploiting or dominating you, there is one limit. After that, the person, when he or she is not able to tolerate, what they do? They come out from their limit and they fight against that oppression or the dominance. So same kind of thing happened here. Up till now, the white people, the Britishers, were dominating over the black people, but when it went beyond the limits, so those African, means out of those African people, only few names that I have taken above line, they were those who came out as the national freedom fighters of South Africa, those who sacrificed their life for the nation, for their own country. My country is rich in the minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people. Please mark it. If we are talking about any nation, means South Africa, if we talk about, is very famous for its minerals, the gems, for gold also. But according to Nelson Mandela, what was the greatest wealth of South Africa? Only its people, finer, truer than the purest diamonds even. Please mark it. The quality of the people he has mentioned here. It is from these comrades in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. Comrades here means, please mark it and write down, comrades means the person who is fighting from your side. So these people all together learned the courage from each other, and Nelson Mandela was one of them. Time and again I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. I have seen men stand up to attacks and torture without breaking, showing a strength and resilience that defies the imagination. Here you can recall the Indian history. You must be knowing, if you have gone through the different chapters, or in your this class 10th standard you are going through the Indian history, your chapter, one of your chapter in history, that is nationalism in India. If you have gone through the chapter, you might have learned that how people sacrifice their life for the freedom of their nation, or you must be knowing about the Indian history where many freedom fighters are there, those who sacrifice their life just for the one cause, and that was the freedom of their nation, whether we are talking about the men or women. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear but the triumph over it. The courage which the Nelson Mandela is talking about, it was not the absence of fear, but it was, we can say here the efforts to come over that fear, and that was the biggest triumph, the victory it was. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. So please mark it. If you are fearful, if you are afraid of something, if you are crying, then it doesn't mean that you are weak. Yes, but you will be taken as the strongest person if you are able to conquer that fear. Conquer here means to overcome. If you are able to overcome that fear, then you will be taken as the strongest person. In our society, you might have seen the man is not taken, that either, or the boys, that they should not cry, but no, that is wrong. If the man or the boy is crying, it doesn't mean that they are weak, because they are also emotional, they also have their emotions. So it is very much okay if they are crying something, or they are expressing their feelings in that manner. So the biggest thing is that, mark it, being brave, you have to overcome that fear. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, that they can be taught to love, for love comes naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Please mark it. People must learn to hate, because if they are able to learn to hate, then definitely they should be taught to love also. We can see that there was hate between black and the white people at that time, and if the hatred can be there among the different races, then we must taught them to love each other also. And because love, if we talk about, it comes naturally. A small child love their parent, reason being because that is a natural one. So instead of teaching hate, we should teach the people to love, which is going to be the greatest greatest achievement if we talk about, and the whole society will be able to live peacefully. Even in the grimmest times in prison, grimmest here means, please underline it and write down the meaning. Serious times in prison, when my comrades and I were pushed to our limits, I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the guards, perhaps just for a second, but it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. Mark it, everyone, underline it and write down ray of hope. That was the ray of hope in the eyes of guard, which was the inspiration for Nelson Mandela, just to keep going, keep fighting for the nation, for their rights. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. Please underline it. If somebody is good, that is like the flame which cannot be hidden, but which can be hidden but never can be extinguished. It means which can never be finished. So I hope everyone is very well, means everybody has everyone has understood it, whatever the paragraph we have covered today, and on the basis of that I am going to take this oral comprehension check. The first one is given, what do the military generals do? How has their attitude changed and why? So who is going to give the answer? Everyone, just make sure that you people are writing the answer in front of your textbook. Whatever you think is the correct one, just write it down in key points, in keywords only, in front of the answer. What do the military generals do? And the second part, how has their attitude changed and why? So you need to mention what they were doing earlier with these freedom fighters and how during the ceremony their attitude was totally changed, and what was the biggest reason behind it. So just write down the keywords here, and when we'll do the discussion you need to match it with the answer that I'm going to discuss with you. The military persons, if we talk about, generally they discharge their duty, and here if we talk about how has their attitude changed and why. Okay, before that if we talk about, they were doing their duty and here they were following the military rules because they were the part of their country and they were following the rules related to the military that were supposed to told to them to follow, and their attitude changed just because now of this line was diminished, means the line of difference was diminished among black and white people. And reason why? Because of their own personal gains, because now they are the same people, those who were giving their salute to Nelson Mandela, and earlier they used to torture them in prison. Next one, why were two national anthems sung? If we talk about the two national anthems were there, you know very well, one for, exactly, what will be the correct answer? One for, yes, white and one for blacks. Third question if we talk about, that is, how does Mandela describe the system of government in his country? First one you need to refer in the first decade and then the final decade of 20th century. So in two parts you have to do that. So in the first decade, how you will explain that? They patched up the differences and built the system of racial domination. Remember that how it was mentioned that in the beginning, when before the birth of Nelson Mandela we talk about, he mentioned that how the differences were patched up by the white people, and then they started the system of racial domination, and that was the time when this system started. And if we talk about in the final decade of the 20th century, that is the last decade, it recognized the rights and the freedoms of all the people irrespective of their color, creed, means without any racial discrimination. Now everyone was getting their equal rights and freedom was given to all. Now the fourth one, What does courage mean to Mandela? So I hope everybody is very well aware. One more thing I would like to share with you students, that whenever you are writing your answers of NCERT, try to refer the NCERT language only, and I assure you definitely it is going to help you out, and you people are able to get full marks in your board examination. But for this, one day practice will not work. You have to do the regular practice for achieving this target. You need to refer, you should be in the habit of reading the text again and again. You should find out the answer from the text only. The statements you should mark. That's why I am asking you to mark the important lines, so that in your answers also you can use it. So for this answer, if we talk about what does courage mean to Mandela, I hope all of you have marked it quickly. Each and everyone go through the passage and find out where this was given, where he explained the courage, and what will be the answer for that. Exactly, it doesn't mean absence of the fear, but triumph over it. Now the next one, which does he think is natural, to love or to hate? So that answer is also given in your passage only, that is, love comes naturally, then hate. So all of you are supposed to do all these question answers also in your notebook. Now we are continuing with the another one, next para. In life, every man has twin obligations, means two obligation. First one, please, it is very important and you all have to understand it. So what are these obligations or the responsibilities if we talk about? The first one, to his family, then to his parents, to his wife and children, and he has an obligation to his people, his community, his country also. So beside, we should be responsible for our family, our parents, wife, children, but beside that, being a native of a particular country, Nelson Mandela think that it is also one of the obligation towards his people and community and country. In a civil and humane society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. Inclination meaning is given here, that is according to the natural tendency or the behavior. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both of those obligations. Please mark it here. It shows the pain of Nelson Mandela, that how painful it was for him to recall all these things, that being a man of that society, he was not allowed to fulfill his obligation towards his family, towards his country. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. Please mark it, because he simply tried to live as a human being. Whosoever was trying to live as a human being in South Africa, they were punished and isolated. They were not allowed, and they were not even treated as a human being. You must be recalling it in your 9th standard textbook of civics, where the chapter is given the constitution. In that you have seen, you remember that one poster was there, or one one example is given there, that at that time when the Britishers were ruling or dominating over South Africans, at that time it was taken that these South African people, the natives, were compared to the dogs. Can you imagine that they were not treated as the human being? In your that textbook, one poster is there that dogs and Africans are not allowed. Can you imagine this kind of thing? Do you think it was a practical thing just to hate the people? The reason simply because they are dark skinned one, their color of their skin is dark. So can you imagine what kind of mentality, if we talk about, those people were having, those who were doing such kind of thing against the Africans. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably ripped from his family, and his home was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. Can you imagine? Please mark it. This is these lines can be used in your answer just to give the example. Inevitably means which cannot be avoided, and ripped here means, please underline it, that is kept away from his family, and such a man was not allowed to live with their family, and the strict action was taken. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligation as a son, a brother, a father and a husband. At that time, Nelson Mandela realized that in this situation he was not able to fulfill the dreams of his family as a son, brother, father and a husband, because that kind of domination of white people, the domination was not allowing the common men to access to their basic rights. I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village, free to roast maize under the stars and ride the broad backs of slow moving bulls. So here he is telling, Nelson Mandela recalls that he got the idea that he was supposed to be free. He born free, so that's why he is supposed to be free in every manner, to run in the fields or to freely swim in the clear stream, or even to roast the maize. Maize here is, underline it, that is maize plant. Corn you might be knowing, na? Write it down. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by the custom of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. So up till now everything was okay. When he was obeying his father and he accepted the customs of his tribe, he was not at all troubled by the laws of man or God. But when the problem occurred, it was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion, means was not real. When I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first as a student. Here please write down the experiences of Nelson Mandela. Everyone along with this paragraph, just beside this paragraph, write it down. Experiences of Nelson Mandela. When I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night. Transitory means, write it down, it is already given, for short period of time, not permanent or the temporary. Of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased and go where I chose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, underline it, that is the financial hub of headquarter, where the headquarter is there, financial headquarter of South Africa, the name of the place it is. I yearned for basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. So here you can see that he was looking for, I yearn for means, yearn here means, underline and write it down, look for the basic and honorable freedoms, means even the basic freedoms were not allowed to him. The freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life, and all these were the very basic freedom which could not be restricted according to any lawful life. So all these kind of situation created the thought in the mind of Nelson Mandela, what that being a human being, why these we black people are different from these white people, why such kind of discrimination is between us, why we are not allowed to get the same freedom which the white people were getting. So for today, up till now we have covered, and rest will continue in the next session. But what you all have to do, you all have to go through the chapter again, whatever we have covered up till now. You will read it line by line, you need to underline it, you need to recall the meanings that I have given, you need to learn those meanings, and you have to prepare your video, the very small video as I have already given for the previous class homework also. You have to record it and you need to mail it to us as the same homework. Clear? And in next session we are going to continue from here, the same page. All of you will mark it here only, lawful life, mention today's date, and then we'll continue with the next para in the next session. Thank you so much everyone.